batting average from this tournament to start St Bernard's off.
I've actually got Rome Scrimmager written down here. I had my pages around the wrong way there, so sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Rome Scrimmager it is, comes in for St Bernard's. Some of the batting averages stats throughout the tournament are extremely good, to say the least.
But I also want to mention Tyrone Robertson on the mound. He's pitched 134 batters, which is a phenomenal amount of work. His next pitcher in has only done 26, so that gives you the amount of workload that he's had to undertake during the last couple of days. But he's a young man with a big future, and he can cope.
Yeah, Harvey O'Sullivan is very light on work, and that
coach.
Coach for St Bernard's, Reece Casely.
Yep.
Possibly a tactic for him so that they don't see too much of him. But of course, everybody knows Tyrone and exactly what he can do. Scrimger gets one across the plates, has a big hard cut at it. That's the first out here in the ball game. Scrimger strikes out, and Tyrone Robinson racks 1K up already here in the top of the first innings. Number 4, Arlo Cross comes in to bat. Comes in on the left side of the plate.
Young Arlo Cross also with a very healthy hitting average of .350, which indicates that for every third turn at bat he's able to get a safe hit.
Yeah, that's a great point, because it sounds, you know, when you go all the way up to 1,000, it doesn't sound huge, but in softball terms, that's a very successful tournament.
It's a very tidy average, and of course he's shaping up to slat there, so he's looking to put the ball not over the fence, but probably hit one of those gaps out there in the St Pat's field.
Paratini, you're a local lad. What college do you think you'll be backing in this game?
Well, yeah, shout out to a couple of young men in the St Bernard's team that are representing St Bernard's, but also go to school in Ngā Mokopuna. So I think that leans my support over to that side. Kahimea and Hawea.
Naomi, it must be a real testament to the development programs that Hutt Valley have, that they can have 2 schools in the grand final here at a national secondary schools tournament.
I was just going to mention that Te Awa Kairangi, Upper Hutt and Lower Hutt well represented here.
Yeah.
Really good to see. Very strong competition down here in the Hutt Valley, and high level of success from young men and young women.
Well, interesting there now. We've talked about the weather a lot, and all our hopes and prayers go out to the people in Northland at the moment, who I know who are copping it pretty bad. But here in the Hutt Valley, the sun's just broken through, and of course we know what that means. Another strikeout for Tyrone Robinson, who now has 2 Ks to get the first innings going. Harvey Sullivan, number 9, will come into bat. And that is a strong start from the pitcher out there on the hill.
Tika koe Gaz, tēnei kaiepā a Tyrone, kei te kimia I tēnā rohe haukai, te atāhua hoki o tana maka atu I te kōro.
What a phenomenal batting average is Hawea Sutherland has of 529. We were talking about averages before. 529 means for every 2 turns at bat, this young man's got a safe hit.
Well, of course, once the sun comes out here at Fraser Park, it is a real picture of a ball ground to have a softball game at. And no doubt here as well, it is exactly the same. The shadows come in from a slightly different direction than we're used to, being this early in the morning. We're not used to having the sun in our faces in the commentary booth. But yeah, no, it's a nice feeling. About 22 degrees out there right now, so it is very warm.
You got to swing. Ball.
And a little strange to see that yellow thing in the sky there, and like you say, it's shining right in here. We're not used to doing these commentaries this early in the morning, Gazza. There you go, isn't it great?
3 balls, 1 strike, 2 out here at the top of the first innings, and an absolutely amazing start to the day's play. Looking forward to 3 magnificent games as we see that one fouled onto the ground by Hawea Sullivan. I'm sure this is almost like a state of origin game, Naomi, a mate against mate softball grand final out there.
Oh, very much so. They'll all be mates in various Hutt Valley representative teams.
Yeah.
They'll know each other well. I'm sure they would have faced Tyrone many a time through the course of their local competition.
Well, 9 schools it was who came into the tournament to fight out for the title here, as that one fell back to the Phoenix soccer ground behind us. To fight out for the title here, to earn the right to be the secondary school champion, and congratulations to all the teams on their participation, and what Hutt Valley has once again put on a fine tournament for everybody, running 3 competitions in succession. So you've got the boys tournament, the girls tournament, as well as the mixed tournament, all in one go.
Nice job, Patch.
Oh, it's been phenomenal. It's fantastic. Hutt Valley Softball Association have done such a great job in hosting 3 really big tournaments. Started with the Evergreens about a month and a bit ago, and then there was Women's Club Nationals, and along with that, the Touch Evergreens was played on Fraser Park. And whoa!
There's a nice hit straight up towards left centre field, out to the fence. Comes in now for a stand-up double. Harvey Sullivan lives up to his batting average and gets St Bernard's going in this one with a stand-up double.
What a great hit there from Howie Sullivan.
Pai te pā o Hawea ki wainga nui rā o te taimana kia tai atu ia ki te papatuarua.
Well done there, standing up at second. Howie Sullivan, he's replaced Cullen Baldwin, number 12, in the batter's box for St Bernard's.
It's the starter.
Baldwin, yet another well-known name in softball in Hutt Valley. Every one of these kids seem to hail from a well-known softballing family.
They certainly have some whakapapa, don't they, to some of these names here. Looking at Reece Castley out there coaching as well too. Mike Robinson, Shane Doherty. Gosh, they've all got a long pedigree in softball here in Hutt Valley. Now this young man also, another very impressive hitting average of 5.29, similar to Howie Sullivan. St Bernard's are in a great position to score the first run of the game.
You know they're really going to need it, Naomi, with Tyrone out on the hill there. He's probably in this age grade the premier pitcher at the moment throughout the country, and one of the reasons why Hutt Valley are enjoying so much success at the moment in representative softball. Obviously, they've got a whole pool of talent to draw from. He doesn't do these things on his own, but...
And a timeout called there by Morris Robertson, just making sure that it's run a nose.
Let's go, coach,
so
please.
Anything that hits the grass out in the outfield, he's going to be sending him to the plate for the first run of the game. I'm sure he knows that now.
And that's your one for the innings, eh? Yep.
Yeah. Reece just taking the opportunity to...
Oh, that was Reece that was talking to him.
Yeah.
Got him all sorted out.
One strike. Play.
Pulls the strings on that one, takes all the speed off it.
Very classy pitch. Great to have that mix of speed and off-pitch, off-pace pitch.
The steel's on.
Called out for leaving early.
There we go, called out for leaving early. The runner at 2 obviously decided to push and see what the umpire's verdict would that be on that one. But going early, so that's 3 down. Top of the first innings complete. We'll be back in just a moment with St Pat's Green's effort when we come back.
Te tinu me te mana, kaupapa ahuri. Whakapiripiri mai, whakatatatata mai rā. ASB Polyfest 2026, ki Māori Plus, me whakaata Māori.
Nā reira, he mea huatu tēnei ki a rātau. Hei kura, hei tiki mō rātau, hei whai ake i ngā kahura.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. This is a gentle reminder that we have had some adverse weather there, as we have some light rain, but fingers crossed this will only be showers, and we can continue with the game out there as good as we can. We're quickly going to go through a couple of the lineups for you. We'll start with the St. Bernard's College fielding. We'll start with the defensive. Jamison Thornton out at right field. Arlo Cross at centre. Ty MΑORI at left. Cullen Baldwin at shortstop. Third base, Romy Scrimger. Second base, Danny Casely. Tyker Cross at first base. Hawea Sullivan doing the pitching into Nikora Byrne. That's a defensive lineup for you. We'll have the batting lineup for you in just a second. There we go. Quinlan Walters, we'll get it right this time, leading off for St. Pat's Stream. Leo Muir and Harrison Muir before Tyrone Robinson comes in the clean-up spot. Jacoby Marino, followed by Hiromu Yamada, Reed Doherty, Victor Lawrenson, and Curtis Gruchins. That rounds up the hitting lineup for St. Pat's Stream. No scorer in the ball game. We're into the bottom of the first innings. Very early days as these two teams just get used to each other.
I want to make mention of the young man on the mound for St. Bernard's, Hawea Sullivan, also holding some very impressive stats of .86. And like young Tyrone, he's actually pitched a large amount of the tournament going into day 4, and they're still both pitching fine. 107 batters faced.
Well, he must... it just looks like he's a little bit down on Tyrone's velocity, but yeah, definitely going to be an accomplished pitcher. He's had to come all the way through against some pretty good teams. Looks like he's hitting some good spots already.
Oh, look, if he can hit those spots and throw a bit of movement in, off-base pitches, I think, you know, it's always difficult when you're at the bat of the box if the pitcher has a range of pitches to face.
Tāhua tērā epa piki a Hawea, rise ball.
Gets that one coming in. It hits the dirt in front of Nikora Byrne.
Change.
I was just saying before the broadcast, Naomi, where do these kids grow up? Nikora Byrne, I remember when he was still in his pram, being pushed around by his parents here at Fraser Park. Gosh, here he is in the secondary school.
I remember that too.
Aaron Burns, of course, part of the coaching lineup for St. Bernard's. That one on the inside of the plate, straight across the knees of Quinlan Walters, strikes him out. Hawea Sullivan gets St. Bernard's going with the strikeout. Similar fashion to Stream when they started off. They'll be replaced by number 1, Leo Muir. I'm going to put it out there, the two Muir boys related.
Brothers.
There you go.
And of course, Mum and Dad, Chris and Megan Muir, are well known in Hutt City United circles. Megan Muir is also the manager of Kitty Shaw's under-23 national team.
Double.
You know what I love about secondary softball, secondary school softball is the size range. We've got little fellas here, we've got huge fellas here.
Yep, there's usually an age range and size range of secondary school softball, but one thing you can guarantee when you get to the grand final is as a unit they'll all be pretty capable, as indeed you have to be to make it all the way to our grand final.
That's right. You have to have a whole team unit to make the final, and obviously these two teams. That was a pretty high strike.
That one called a strike. It was a little bit high, but there we go. We don't do the decisions out there.
No.
It is the blue behind the plate. They all do a fantastic job out there.
And he's a lot closer to the
And
plate.
he
than
is a lot closer, even though we've got a ringside seat for this ball game. Everything except right field, I have to say, we're going to have to do a bit of ducking and diving if these batters start peppering the right field fence. Hutt Valley Softball, of course, got their scorers right outside our commentary position.
Harrison Muir, the brother of Leo Muir.
Nice pitch out there this time. Hawea Sullivan really did pull the strings on that one. It was almost so slow it didn't make it to the catcher.
About throwing the batter off balance.
Yeah.
Kei te kite mātou āhua pōturi ake te ngā epa hāwea.
Nice work out there as first base fields it. Does the takes the out himself for the third down. There we go. No score so far in there in the grand final. 0-0. We're all locked up. We'll head to the second innings for more action when we come back in just a minute.
Who is Israel Adesanya?
He's the middleweight champion of the world. I go Pete.
Don't want to boast, but we do lead the way in a lot of areas.
When they hit the stage, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was a bit controversial back in the day.
I'm an addict, but I didn't think it would be this hard.
Kind of a bit funny when people say to me, oh, what are the boys up to? And I'm like, oh, hang on, I'll just get out my phone and have a look.
How do we do something that we think we've lost, but maybe we haven't?
There's always going to be times when I'm tempted.
Natural history all around, you just can't avoid stepping on it.
Just thought it was a man's job.
I would go back to my hotel room and I'd be broken.
It's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war.
This is the future.
It's hard to explain the feeling walking in the footsteps of your ancestors.
The Matariki season of Paki Pūmika Aotearoa, ki Māori Plus.
Who is
Hey, Stefano, look who's in the house.
From the park to the city, stories told our way. Quick scroll, one tap, ka mau kua uru mai koe.
Hey, I don't know.
Tō mātou reo.
Kia au te MΑORI, te MAORI, kia au.
Tō mātou puku hohe.
So a lot of eggplant emojis there, my
Tō mātou tirohanga. Stream it, cast it, carry it with you. Download MāORI Plus on your devices.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Lovely photos here at Fraser Park in the Hutt Valley on what I'd love to say is a beautiful day. It is a nice day. It's always a nice day to have softball and Fraser Park in Hutt Valley. But we do have a lot of overcast and we are forecast for some showers throughout the day. So hopefully they don't impinge too much on the proceedings out there. The grand final between St. Pat's Silverstream and St. Bernard's College to decide the 2025-2026 National Secondary Schools Champion. That should be Taika Cross out there up to bat. Number 12 we've got Callum Baldwin. That's my bad, sorry about that. The leave earlier in the previous innings was Harware Sullivan, so we do have Callum Baldwin up to bat. Just got to make sure I keep my score sheet up to date. Don't want to put Naomi out too much there. I always make mistakes.
No, you had me scrambling there. But I do want to mention this young man, Baldwin, as you said, another significant name in Hutt Valley softball history. An amazing batting average of .529 from 18 turns at bat.
Yeah, so 9 hits, 18 turns at bat. Just a little bit of fraction over that, actually, closer to 10. But, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Out of the park, so to speak, some of the batting stats. There's a nice change-up out there. Very calm individual, Tyrone. You don't see too much reaction from him as a pitcher.
And, of course, that's what you want for your young pitchers out there on the mound, to not show too much. You know, if they can hold composure, then they're giving nothing away about how they're feeling. Oh, great pitch.
There we go, and Baldwin it is who strikes out to be replaced by number 11, Taika Cross. You can hear that through the ambient mic there, the loud call of strike out by Mr. Eric Horsham behind the plate. Lovely to have all those sounds and pictures brought to you by Beyond the Dugout.
Young Taika Cross has got his twin brother in the St. Bernard's team too, Arlo, who came up in second turn at bat. And of course, they're the sons of our local constable, Stephen Cross.
Nice work for the Cross boys to be out there representing their college.
We talked about cricket a little bit before when Stephen Cross was at Nino College. Cricket was his favoured game. And now he's crossed over from the dark side to play Queruka.
The dark
so it's good to
side.
see him.
Palatini, your sporting background in college?
A little bit of softball. When I was growing up over in Wainui, played for Wainui.
Nice.
When I was younger, but couldn't go past rugby.
Good on you, mate. Yeah, of course, Palatini and I joined together for the last year's annual rugby match between Hutt and Te Aute College. Was this commentator's debut as a rugby commentator. I was severely nervous, I can tell you.
And going back to the cross whānau, it was Stephen and Cameron, who's also one of the local policemen here. We're both really big players at Nana College sport, in both cricket and rugby.
Here we go, has a wave of that one, and it is Tyrone Robinson beginning to rack up the strikeouts now. He's had 4 of them here in the second innings already. Going to bring to bat number 15, catcher, Nikora Boone.
Yeah, kei te kite ai tātou ko te pakanga o ngā kaiepa I tēnei wā. E rua noiho ngā pāo ko kite ai tātou I roto I tēnei kēmu. A tāhua tērā epa Tyrone.
Young Nikora Byrne also has some whakapapa back to sporting history. His granddad, Bill Byrne, who was a Hutt Valley sporting legend in boxing. And of course his Uncle Tyson was in the New Zealand Black Sox team for a number of years.
Yes, Burns, very well known in Hutt Valley sport these days, obviously, with... well, Tyson's kind of a nomad these days. He seems to pop up everywhere. I see him playing for Canterbury at the Evergreens, so, but he's definitely Hutt Valley through and through.
Very Hutt Valley through and through, yeah. Coached the Hutt Valley NFC men's team.
There we go. He's racked it up. Another one. This time it's 3 up and 3 down for Tyrone Robinson. 3 strikeouts in a row, and it's St. Bernard's who are going to have to do something if they can get on top of this pitcher. We'll find out exactly what that is when we return in just a minute.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land.
We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
Local drama. International drama. The best of Indigenous talents. Drama queens.
Just wake up, sis.
And epic scenes. Fiction-laced.
You shouldn't have done that.
Or reality-based. Award-winning. Riveting. If you go looking for drama, let it find you right here. This year, ki Māori Plus me whakaata Māori.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We are now into the bottom half of the second innings here in the grand final of the National Secondary Schools Championship. The boys' grand final. It is the 2 colleges out there, St. Pat's, Silverstream and St. Bernard's, both local to Hutt Valley. And what a fantastic effort it is for 2 Hutt Valley schools to feature in the grand final.
Oh, he took a pace off that. What a beautiful pitch.
Both pitchers currently in control, but it is very early days in this ball game. Young Harvey Sullivan doesn't quite have the presence on the mound that Tyrone Robinson does, but he seems to possess great control of his rotation. As the commentator says, he fires one over the top into the back net. Nice work to put the curse on that one. Sorry about that.
Yeah, throwing it out to get it tried off.
Yeah.
And fair enough too.
Going to be a bit of that today as Hutt Valley is keeping us guessing on the weather.
I just want to talk about Tyrone Robinson again, not only leading the pitching stats, but he has a phenomenal hitting average of .650.
Hits this one out to third base, eats it up and fires it across the diamond for the first out here in the bottom of the second innings. Nice work out there by Rome Scrimger. Just picked that up, made that look fairly easy actually in the end.
He did, nice and casual, nice and relaxed.
Ai pai te hopu tērā I te tangata I te papatua toru. Kia maka atu ki te papatua tahi. Kia puta ai a Tyrone Robinson.
This time it's hit straight back to the pitcher who fields it himself as well. Good job by the infield. That was Jacoby Marino who hit that one back out. Another player with strong ties to softball in his family.
And of course his granddad, Daryl Marino, New Zealand Black Sox player and coach. Former. Now we're talking about coaching royalty here when you see Reese Casey run out to settle his boys down.
Yeah, Reese Casey, of course, former Black Sox captain, world champion, multiple world champion.
Multiple world champion.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Home run hitter to win a world championship gold medal.
What a sight that was in North Harbour.
Fantastic. I remember it. I was there.
So was I. There we go. If you have a home World Series, why wouldn't you, right?
Oh,
everybody's got to go.
You'd never miss it.
Yeah.
And of course, Hutt sporting legend is Reese Casey. Oh, he threw that in with a bit more pace, didn't he?
Yeah, it's nice to see him varying and mixing it up, keeping the batters guessing at the moment. On top is Harware Sullivan, Nikora Byrne. They make up a pretty good battery out there for St. Bernard's College. Of course, we all know colleges, they tend to wear their hearts on their sleeves when it comes to representing their schools. It's a proud moment for the kids in whatever sport they represent.
And just looking at this young batter, Hiromu Yamada, typical Japanese stance and style. A little bit of swagger there. He swings the bat around.
Hiromu Yamada, I'm going to say an international student at St. Pat's Stream. That's a guess. On my apologies to his parents if you've moved locally to the Hutt Valley. And welcome to you if you have. Nice to see your boy playing softball.
Yes. Konnichiwa.
This time he's put it down to Byrne, who couldn't hold it. But Yamada's quick, but he couldn't beat out the throw. Similar vein this time, 3 up, 3 down, 2 innings complete, no score in the ball game. There's the prospect of a very tight affair ahead of us for the next 5 innings. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute.
What makes Bailey's altogether better? It's the energy we bring to every home, every commercial property, every investment, every development, and every farm. Because when the energy is right, you can feel it. Bailey's, altogether better.
Get the MāORI Plus app. Download now on Google Play or the App Store with exclusive viewings and 100% ad-free.
Quite like top tier.
Watch us anywhere, anytime. Make MāORI Plus your mate and stream now.
Ballpark, where we're at Fraser Ballpark, where the weather just keeps us guessing here for this grand final. Secondary Schools National Championship. St. Bernard's taking on St. Pat's Silverstream. And what a wonderful start we have had to this ball game. 2 innings complete, 0-all. It looks like it has all the hallmarks of an extremely tight affair, Naomi.
Oh, it certainly has. We haven't seen much action in the field yet, but I'm sure it's going to come. It's only early days yet, as everybody gets sights on the pitch. A nice pitch. I just want to comment on this young man, Danny Casley. I just can't get over how much his hitting style looks like Dad's hitting style in the old days. Dad being the coach, Reese Casley. Very similar, upright.
Yep, upright stance.
Lefty. I bet you he's had some tuition out the backyard in his time.
He sure will have. It would have been hours and hours and hours. I'm pretty sure Reese himself was a beast in the training arena.
1 ball, 2.
As he always brought his A game to every game he ever played.
Sure did.
That one goes to the back net. Paratini, we talked about the rugby game we did. You're an old boy of one of those schools. Which one of those?
Yeah, I'm an old boy of Te Aute. Tamatawhito o te kareti o Te Aute. Mihi ana ki te mana nui o te rā kura. MΑORI.
Nice, nice. Now, the other question I'm going to ask, you probably know what it is. Did they have softball at Te Aute?
No, tika, yep. Yep, I whakatūria he tīma Poiuka ki reira. Etahi, ko te nuinga o ngā kaitako no konei, no te awa kairangi. E nui o rātou no waiwhetū. Te whānau te ahuru.
Lucy, swing.
There we go, yet another strike here for Tyrone Robinson. And I'm probably going to lose count of the amount he's had by the end of this ball game.
Yeah.
And for St. Bernard's sake, they probably hope I don't. But Tai Mariri, number 8, up to bat as we're getting through the order. Normally things loosen up a bit, Naomi, once they have their second turns at bat. And things just, they're used to the speed, they start getting used to the spots.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that will happen. I mean, gosh, Tyrone's also picked up the pace on the mound too as well. He's getting quite excited out there. But young Ty, he's the 8th batter in the batting order, so this is his first turn at bat.
They're going to have to, Reese will have a word with them about adjusting that. That ball was just about over his head, chasing that rise ball. It's a hard pitch to stay off. Trust me, Baratini, it's a hard one to stay off that rise ball, especially when you've got a good exponent of it out there.
Tika koe Gez, tērā epa piki a Tyrone. Hoi anō, kei te kite i tana rautaki, kei te mahana haere, te whiu a Tyrone I runga. Ko te kaiepa o St. Pat's Silverstream I tēnei wā.
Well, there we go, Tyrone. Tai Mariri strikes out Tai Mariri. To be replaced by number 6, Jamison Thornton. Looks like he's about 2 years old out there.
You get all ages, you get all sizes.
But they're all school age students, so well, good luck to them and well done. What an experience, though.
Yeah, years of coaching at secondary schools was my favourite.
Yeah.
You came with such a mix of people, personalities, attitudes, the works. You got everything.
Paratini, you probably remember what it's like. School trips with your fellow students were always the best, weren't they?
Tika. Ki rawa I te katakata, I te kōrero, rūpahu, pahu rānei. Hoi anō tērā whakatau ki Gaz, mo te kai patu nei, e hara I te kaitao te kuri, engari ko tana ngau, kia tūpato ki tēnā.
1 ball, 2 strikes on young Jamison Thornton out there. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd innings. Things are going by very fast. We're going to have a quick ball game if it keeps going like this. Unless, of course, it's still locked up at the end of 7 innings. There we go. Wasted no time this time, Tyrone Robinson. And I've seen him in several tournaments, and when he gets into a rhythm, he is dangerous. 3 out here in the top of the 3rd. That went pretty fast. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Fraser Park, where we've got St Bernard's College out there against St Pat's Silverstream for the National Secondary Schools title decider out there. We've just been talking about so far, it has been a pitcher-dominated ball game, but also that there is a lot of contrast between these two young men out on the mound. Tyrone Robinson, all power and aggression out there and striking the batters out. Harwea Sullivan, just a little bit of a different approach.
I'm pretty impressed with both of them actually, and yes, quite a different approach, but both equally effective.
Kei te kite tātou I ngā te rereketanga o ngā rautaki o nei kai epa. Kāre anō tātou ko kite ētahi pāo kaha. Kia kite ai I ngā hua o te patu I te poro I tēnei wā.
Young bear in the box, Reed Doherty. We're talking about whakapapa to softball. And of course, Dad, Shane Doherty was a pitcher for Hutt Valley for many, many years, currently with Hutt United. It's a real dads and sons day here, isn't it? The coach is a son in either of these two teams.
3 balls, 1 strike on Reed Doherty, and he looks to be a real chip off the old block out there. And he's launched one high in the air. Centre field's coming around to take it. Gets under it nicely, Jacoby Marino. A nice job out there for the first out.
Ai, tērā pāo rere. A ki te rohe wainga, ka tahi ka mau, I reira mau pai. Ko tai, mai rere ki taku mohihoku.
Number 5, Victor Lawrenson comes into bat now for St Pat's Stream. And the first real swing from an anger, so to speak, out of the diamond since the first innings where we saw that one go out to the fence.
Ko te ahua nei kei te tuki, kei te whakarite kia tuki tēnei kaipatu.
But Harwea Sullivan's still the only successful hit of the ball game.
That's right. And young Victor just shaping up there just to slap the ball through the gaps. What I want to say about Victor is his sister, Marcia, played in my Saints under 17 team. Victor used to come along to all of our trainings and join in. So
he must have listened.
Yeah, he loves softball.
Must have listened and learned. He looks very organised out there, and somebody's taught him to do the running slap. As we see the batter start, the left-handed batter, normally they start at the back of the box. And as the pitcher pitches, you'll see them start moving forward, looking to push the ball. Usually just past the pitcher, into that area behind him. That's a great pitch from Harwea Sullivan. What a pitch to strike out Lawrenson. That was just underlines just that slightly different mindset he's got to Tyrone Robinson without Robinson's power.
Kei te heke iho te tere o ngā epa Harwea. Hoi anō, he rautaki kei te whaihua I tēnei wā o te kapa o St Bernard's.
Curtis Gruchins it is, the bottom of the order, comes up to bat. And these two teams, if they keep going like this, it could just take one error, one good hit.
Break it all open.
Yep.
We've got a ball game on. It's a very tight ball game, actually.
It is. Of course, Naomi, as a coach of long-standing yourself, you know there's not a lot you can do to influence the game until you've got players in motion on the bases.
Oh, ducks on the pond, I used to
Ducks on the pond, that's a good way of putting it.
Base runners out there to score the runs. It does go to show just how dominant the two pitchers are out in the middle, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He ua pēr te whiu I ngā epa ki ngā kai pāo ahua iti. Ka iti ake te rohe haukai mō ngā kai epa, hoi anō.
There we go, we just talked about it, and it is Gruchins who does a great job to pick the walk. He's safe out at first base there, and they go, and that's a great time to get a walk as well, as they are back to the top of the order. Quinlan Walters, number 3. He'll come in to lead off the hitting for St Pat's Stream. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Pats will be wanting to get him down to second base to get him into a scoring position. Expect to see a steal here somewhere.
Yes.
Tika koe Naomi, te rape he o ma whanoke kei te haere e te iwi.
Yeah, it's where the coaches turn to shine. When they send or if they send the runner, of course they've got a plan for the batter as well, and it'll be up to him to execute whatever their plan is.
A little bit surprised he didn't break for second base on that one.
Mike Robinson out on third base, calling the plays. The coach out there, Shane Doherty at first base. There we go. As you said, Naomi, the steal is on.
Oh, that lets it go.
Hai te o ma whanoke tērā o te kapa o St. Pat Silverstream.
Nikora Burns show there's no lack of an arm there as he gets the ball out there in a hurry. Not quite accurate enough to affect the out.
Tō rātou Waimari, I tata few puta atu I te papa tuarua. Engari I tutuki ki tētahi o ngā hoa.
Of course, Curtis Gretchens also showed a clean pair of heels as we see back-to-back walks. And just the first hint out there is Reese's question whether that was in fact a ball or a foul ball.
Did you hear contact there at all? Did you hear contact? Did you hear contact at all? You heard contact? Okay, I'll go with that. I'll call a foul ball. Foul ball!
Yeah, good call there by Coach Casely.
No. No.
I know, Joey.
Foul ball.
TV game, mate.
That brings young Quinlan Walters back into the batter's box.
Foul ball it was. The batter's got to come back and do it again. What I was going to say is just the first bit of pressure being exerted out here on young Sullivan.
I whakakotahi ngā kaiwawa I tauawa ki te hui. Kia whakatau tika. Kia ha te karanga e te kāna mō taua tākarotanga.
So Reese very quickly onto that one, noticed it might have been a foul ball. And nice job there by Hawea Sullivan. Mops up the Walters to strike him out. And that is 3 down, 3 complete, no score here in the ball game. And we'll be back with more action in just a minute.
Te tini, me te mana, kaupapa ahuri. Whakapiripiri mai, whakatatatata mai rā. ASB Polyfest 2026, ki Māori Plus, me whakaata Māori.
Who is Israel Adesanya?
He's the middleweight champion of the world. I'm gonna go Pete.
Don't want to boast, but we do lead the way in a lot of areas.
When they hit the stage, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was a bit controversial back in the day.
I'm an addict, but I didn't think it would be this hard.
Kind of a bit funny when people say to me, oh, what are the boys up to? And I'm like, oh, hang on, I'll just get out my phone and have a look.
How do we do something that we think we've lost, but maybe we haven't?
There's always going to be times when I'm tempted.
Natural history all around, you just can't avoid stepping on it.
Just thought it was a man's job.
I would go back to my hotel room and I'd be broken.
It's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war.
This is the future.
It's hard to explain the feeling walking in the footsteps of your ancestors.
The matariki season of Paki Pūmika Aotearoa ki Māori Plus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We need a director who can count, that's for sure. Sorry about that, guys. We got the grand final secondary schools here between St. Pat Silverstream and St. Bernard's. And it is a very, very tight ball game. Tahi Rua Turu, 3 innings are complete. We're now into the top of the 4th innings. just on halfway through this ball game, Naomi, and it just continues to be a pitcher-dominated affair at the moment.
Oh, very much so. Tyrone Robinson on the mound has taken, how many did we count? Eight strikeouts out of 9 batters faced. But it only takes 1 hit to do it.
Well, we are
At this
secondary
stage,
schools.
the only hit has come from St. Bernard's College.
We are secondary schools, but we do know that not only the technology of the bat, but these guys definitely possess the technique and the power to launch this ball over the fence. So anything could happen at any moment. And of course, with the power that Tyrone pitches, all you really got to do is get the bat in the way of the ball.
That's right. That was my batting philosophy too.
Yeah, it's good philosophy. If you're not getting the bat in the way of the ball, you're probably striking out.
Nice pitch. Great swing too.
Just underlying his dominance there where he strikes out Rome Scrimger for the first out. Scrimger is the top of the order for St. Bernard's. He'll be replaced by number 4, Arlo Cross. Comes in on the left side. Oh, Eric just proving that he's been pretty consistent on that high pitch.
Yes, he has. Yeah. And of course, pitchers and catchers, the battery have got to play to what the umpire's calling, whether you like it or not.
Yes.
It's the way it is.
Yes,
And of course, everyone's just looking for consistency, and as long as you've got that, then you can.
Then you can adjust.
That's
You can do the adjustment yourself.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Like that. He had to go at that high pitch. It was possibly a little bit too high.
Had he connected, who knows?
Nice cut by Arlo Cross, though.
Yep, great swing. I feel like it's going to blow open now, within the next innings or 2.
Well, we'll go with that feeling. At the moment, it's a tight, tense affair. As we see Robinson just in, out, up, down in the zone. He's just mixing it up wonderfully out there.
Oh, very impressive young man.
And nice to see as a pitcher of his caliber, he hasn't given up the bat.
No.
Some of the pitchers do, and you don't often see them out there, but...
Well, I do hope they keep the bat in his hands as he goes through his, into the future and, with the junior White Sox and so.
Yeah, of course, there's a full progression out there these days. You start in rookie Sox and if it all goes well, you could possibly end up in the Black Sox. But the progression for the young men out there these days is a clear path through national setups.
Young Howie Sullivan, the batter in the box, is our only safe hitter of this game. Is that right?
Yeah, he's the only safe hit of the ball
Hit
game.
the ball here to the fence, had his last turn at bat.
Earned himself a stand-up double and then kind of threw it away when he left early.
I think it might have been a runner that came on for him that did it for him.
Ah, yeah. That makes sense. There we go, and Mr. Horsham has copped one on the leg there. We'll pause for a sec. He looks like he's a fairly resilient individual. Eric Horsham, one of our wonderful Blues.
You have to be so brave to be a plate umpire, standing behind there. I get fearful just standing behind the fence at the back.
Yes, I've done that many times as just a parent helper with nothing more than a mask on, and I've got the bruises to prove it. Third base is out there on this one as Sullivan hits the ball again. He is quick, but not quite quick enough to beat out the throw in the third out. Here in the top of the 4th inning, still no score in this ball game. What's going to happen? Well, we'll find out in just a minute.
Reira, he mea huatu tēnei ki a rātou. Hei kura, hei tiki mō rātou, hei whai ake i ngā kahura.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
The forest should never have been taken off the steep hill country that's eroding, and it makes absolute sense to afforest those hills. What we're doing here is using the exotics to help that process get established. We're looking at a managed transition process where those pines are progressively thinned as the native understory establishes. We're trying to do several things here. Soak up carbon, establish native forest, and we're trying to improve biodiversity. You're achieving an awful lot with one program of activity.
We are at the 2026 National Secondary Schools Grand Final here at Fraser Park in the Hutt Valley. Beautiful setting for softball. It's a 0-0 ball game. It's an extremely tight affair. And just quickly, while we've got a little bit of a break, we're going to throw you over to an on-site interview. We've got Rebecca Minkley out there with head coach of St Bernard's, Reese Casely.
Kia ora team, here I am with Reese Casely from the St Bernard's team. So look mate, it's a pretty tight game. It looks like it's a battle of the pitches. So you've got, each team actually has had somebody on second, so what's the strategy going into the rest of it?
Our strategy for us is actually just to try and keep them off base. I mean, we're playing against, in my opinion, the best pitcher going around, in Tyrone Robinson. You know, he's a tough ask for our boys, and you know, we just got to put the ball in play a little bit more. That's what we've spoken about all week. We've had some good success against them during the week. They beat us the first game. So yeah, just putting the ball in play, slippery ball. You know, we just want to put some pressure on their infield, really. Yeah.
Great stuff. Well, look, you've beaten them before, so can you do it again?
Oh, I hope so. You know, we spoke about it during the week. We just got to get to the big dance to win it, and here we are. And you know, the boys are giving it all, and I'm really proud of them. Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks, Bex.
Back to you guys.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Words of wisdom from Reese Casely. He just wants them to put the ball in play. Easier said than done, I suspect, Naomi.
Pai e rā kōrero o te pauako o te kapa o St Bernard's, Reese Casely. Ai tika e rā kōrero Gaz e he uaua te whai hua o tērā rautaki o te kapa hoi anō. He nui tonu ngā tākorotanga e haere ake nei.
Reese Casely, words of wisdom from one of the greatest in the game. Leo Muir struck out there for the first out here in the bottom of the fourth innings. He's been replaced by Harrison Muir.
I just want to say, just seeing Reese on screen there reminded me of that iconic photo of Reese hosting the World Championship trophy, and he had his young fella with him as well too on his shoulder, and that was a beautiful moment for the whānau, wasn't it?
Absolutely amazing moment for the whole Casely whānau, and of course for the whole softball community and for the whole of the country. Loves to celebrate a World Championship, and we've had 7 of them with the men. And so, yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. Harvey Sullivan it is who continues to go to work out there. Leo Muir struck out. We just mentioned that. Harrison Muir in the box. And then that will be followed by number 6, Tyrone Robinson. And Reese just made mention about getting the ball in play, and he's right. They need those bodies in motion on the base.
Yeah, they do. And, you know, like St. Pat's have been plugging away. They've been getting little hits, dinky little hits into the field, runners on base. But I'm really impressed with this young man on the mound. The pitcher, Harvey Sullivan, he's doing really well for St. Bernard's.
Ka mau ke te wehi o Hawea I aia e rautaki ana I ana e pa. Ki tēnei o ngā kai pāo o St. Pat Silver Street.
Well, I saw a grand final that Tyrone was involved in this season, the under-17 boys in Hamilton. Nice strikeout from Sullivan yet again. He's racking up a few of his own. But what I was going to make mention is the Canterbury team had a picture of similar ilk to Tyrone, and that was a very, very tight ball game, 1-0 in the end to Canterbury over Hutt Valley. But this battle here between the two pitchers, Harvey Sullivan and Tyrone, is a total contrast. They're just two completely different pitchers. Going about
going
about things differently, but achieving similar results.
Tika.
I think what I'm seeing here is Reese has recognised the significance of this batter and the damage he can do in the box. Going out to have a chat with the boys to make sure that he doesn't get his hands out and gets that hit.
Is that hardware that's just headed towards the dugout?
Looks like it, yeah. A little unsure what's happening at the moment.
Looks like some running repairs to young Hawea Robinson. We're not quite sure what's happened there. Naomi, I know it's hard to predict in such a tight ball game, but no one's really in ascendancy, are they, in this one? So you just don't know what's going to happen.
Well, as you mentioned, I thought that Reese had stopped the game to go and talk to the pitcher about the significance of this batter in the box, because with a hitting average of 650, which is phenomenal at any tournament, you know, this guy's got the potential, Tyrone, to blow this game open. They've got 2 down. I don't think they'll be sending in too many good pitches down there for him to get hold of. So it could be a turning point in the game.
Yeah, interesting. My feeling, and it does happen to a lot of pitchers, is sometimes your nail splits, because they do use their nails to dig into the seam of the ball to get purchase on that ball to get the rotation that they want. So possibly a little bit of running repair in that way. Or it could have been something as simple as a new belt.
Well, I'm glad his fingers are okay, but he'll need
I'm
something
glad
to
his
hold
hands
those
are
feet
okay
up.
for the sake of his pitching, but he does need something to hold the strides up. Absolutely right. That's what happens when you try and get technical, Naomi. It's usually something simple. But as a former pitcher myself, I was looking for the most obvious pitcher ailment.
But you're quite right about, you know, when pitchers move, the ball requires, you know, pressure on the fingers on the ball.
Yeah.
And splitting fingers is quite a common thing, especially at the end of a tournament.
No, he just went for some running repairs to some equipment there, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like we're about ready to get back into the ball game, and it is Tyrone Robinson who is leading the batting stats for the whole tournament, not just his team. So this is a dangerous moment now for St. Bernard's, and the reason I say that, of course, is we mentioned it earlier, that once you get into your second turn at bat, you start to get used to the spots, where the pitcher might go.
Oh, here, right here.
And again, there's obviously no reason why the pitcher will put anything near the middle. So.
Wahanga nui tēnei o te whiringa toa I Wanganui a St. Bernard's, rau ko St. Pat Silverstream.
There we go, there's underlines the danger as we see only the second safe hit of the ball game, and it's Tyrone Robinson with 2 down, who was safe out there at first base after a nice hit through shortstop.
Ai, rau e te rā pāu I Wanganui, ai I te tūtata, kia tai atu, a ki te rohe matau. Mo Tyrone Robinson, te kaipatu.
Oh, very nice hit there by Tyrone, and I think St. Bernard's will be quite relieved that it was only just a one-base hit rather than anything else.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's weather continues to keep us guessing, and it is Jacoby Hutt Marino in there to bat right now for St. Pat's Stream. And it is a light shower that's just come across, although it is a little bit darker out there than it has been previously. So fingers crossed that doesn't last, because we do have a very tense and exciting ball game developing out there. Bottom of the 4th innings now, no score, 2 out here with St. Pat's Stream up to bat, and Hutt Marino has launched one high, it's going back, it's hit the fence, and there we go, Jacoby Marino's going to blow this ball game open. The first run of the ball game, St. Pat's Silverstream, courtesy of a moonshot out to left field by Jacoby Marino.
Ka mau ki te wehi te rā pāu, te rā patu, a kua tai ki te papakainga a Tyrone Robinson I te rā o ngā patu, te rā o ngā pāu a Jacoby.
Oh, what a great hit there from Jacoby. I thought it was going over the fence there at one stage, but full credit too to Tyrone Robinson getting 3 bases. Scoring from first base on a double was pretty good base running.
Me mihi hoki ki te rā rohe wainga mo St. Bernard's I ngana ia te hopu.
There we go, the execution out there of the offence. The offensive execution from St. Pat's Silverstream has opened this ball game up, and it has been such a tense affair, Naomi, that one run could make a huge difference come the 7th inning.
E te ki te tātou i a Jacoby i te papa tuarua. E ngana ana kia oma whano ke pēr. Ka mau ki te wehi te raipa a Hawea.
May have been a little bit unfortunate for young Hawea out there too as well when that shower started. You just lose a little bit of grip on that ball. Can make all the difference to what you're pitching in.
Challenging conditions when things get a little bit wet out there, and sometimes when that happens, it just comes down to which team handles the conditions best. We're now a 1-0 ball game and extremely tight affair, and the question you ask is, will that be enough? Have we seen the final score? I'd like to think no. 3 balls, 2 strikes on number 11, Hiramu Yamada. There we go, Yamada picks the walk, heads down to first base. Runners at 1 and 2. And Naomi, you called it about half an inning ago when you said things might be poised to break open a bit in this ball game. Well, things definitely moving along if you're a St. Pat's Silverstream supporter.
Oh, it certainly is, with 2 down and 2 runners on base, and a hitter like Reed Doherty, the batter in the box.
Well, Doherty got a hold of one in the last inning as we see the steal on.
Nice work.
Fake bunt steal there.
Great double steal there. Well played there by Mike Robinson. Right, puts 2 runners in a scoring position now.
Swing away from impacting the scoreboard further. We'll find out what happens. With every pitch, things are beginning to change in this ball game.
A tāhua te rāreti a Jacoby, kia tai e ki te papa tuatoru. He tangata e tu ana ki te papa tuarua, me te papa tuatoru I naine mō St. Pat's Silverstream.
I dare say he's not the only one, but Jacoby also a feature of the St. Pat's Stream rugby setup.
Strapping lad.
Yeah, no surprises there.
Yeah.
Marino. East Coast Marino.
Yes, indeed. Oh, there we go. A little bit of a rueful smile there from Doherty as he strikes out to be the 3rd down. But not before St. Pat's Stream put 1 run on the ball game and now lead this ball game here with 4 innings complete. It is 1-0 to St. Pat's Stream. We'll find out what happens when we come back in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. The 4th inning did it. Finally, we have something breaking this ball game, and it's 1-0 to St. Pat's Silverstream over St. Bernard. Well done to them in that innings. 2 safe hits is all it took after a very tense 4 innings to break it open. We're now in the 5th inning, and it is St. Bernard's up to bat with number 12, Cullen Baldwin.
E ko ngā toki mō ngā kapa nei, I taua huringa, I tino kite, I tino tū mai atu manawa nui rātou, kia puta tahi ai tētahi ki te papa kāinga, hei whai piro a St. Pat's Silverstream. Anei te kai epa Tyrone Robinson.
Well, might put the heat on both my co-commentators to pick a MVP for the match and see if you guys come up with the same person.
At this stage, I don't think it's too difficult, but the game's not over yet.
That's right.
We are in the 5th innings.
One swing of the bat can influence this ball game, and all of a sudden somebody else is in the mix. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We've just got a little bit of a quiet period there. Rebecca Minkley once again with Mike Robinson.
And with Mike Robinson from St Pat's. Look, mate, that was a really aggressive innings. How are you feeling about the next steps?
Yeah, look, it's typical final softball, isn't it? It's 5 innings in, 1-0, and could go anyway. We just got to keep being aggressive.
Absolutely. So it seems like it's a battle of pitches out there. So how's Tyrone going? I mean, he's scored a run. And he's also thrown some heat. So what's the go?
Look, as long as he's having fun, he's got to control his game. And our batters have got to get into the game. So Hawaii's chucking a good game for Burnett. We now have to get in and do our job with the sticks. Put pressure on them. Runners on base. Put the pressure on.
Great stuff. Well, good luck for the rest of it.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to it. Thank you for having me.
Back over.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. As we've just seen Tyrone Robinson have yet another strikeout. This time it's number 12, Callum Baldwin, who struck out to be replaced by a number 11, Taika Cross.
Ai, kua tana te whatu o Tyrone ki tērā rohe haukai. Ia te wā, ia te maka. I aia i e tuana i te tāpora.
That's the 11th strikeout for Tyrone Robinson in this game.
Hard to keep up.
Hard to keep up.
We talk about that, but Harvey Sullivan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of his own.
Oh, equals.
So it just indicates how tight this ball game been and pitcher dominated.
Yeah, he pai te kōrero o te pauako o St. Pat's Silverstream. Mena e hākua ko ana, if you're having fun.
Yeah. Great call by Mike Robinson, wasn't it? So long as his pitcher, his athlete is having fun out there, he'll let him manage his own game.
Beautiful change of pace.
Although from his expression, you'd never know how much fun he's having.
1 ball, 2.
Should take up poker. He'd do a good job of that because you can't tell. And that's one of the secrets of being a good pitcher as well. That one comes in with a little bit more heat, as you can hear from the whack of the catcher's glove there, ladies and gentlemen. Fine sounds that we're able to bring you from out on this diamond. Sorensen Field it is, Diamond 1, here at Fraser Ballpark.
Foul, foul.
Taika Cross, number 11, looking to get the job done. Reese Casely just wants to move the ball. And it's a KC this time for another strikeout. Tyrone Robinson.
Yeah, ka mauti ki te wehi o tērā epa a Tyrone Robinson. Kei te tino kite e tū ana ia hei tino toki mo tana kapa mo tēnei kimi.
I don't know what the answer is out there for the St. Bernard's batting, Naomi, but you just ride this out and wait till he blinks, or do you got to really try and chase something out there?
Oh, I think they've got to really start moving the ball to have a chance. But it is only 1 run. I mean, St. Pat's have had a lot of runners on base, but they've only scored 1 run. And it won't take much to blow it open. Having said that, it looks like Robinson's stepped it up a bit.
Yeah, I have noticed that he does have the ability to step it up and actually get stronger as the ball game goes on. His last pitch in the 7th innings, usually just as good as his first pitch in the 1st innings.
Ai, me pakari ake ngā kai hahau o St. Bernard's kia tuki I ene epa Tyrone. Aha kua ki hea haere ai te pōro, ko te mea nui me tuki.
Nice cut this time it is. Number 15, Nikora Byrne. Doing a good job out there, the two catchers as well. Just managing their athletes out there. Of course, it's them that tells the pitcher where to pitch it. And therefore does a lot of the management behind the dish. Not just sitting there with the glove ready to catch a pitch.
Pai te whatu tērā, pai te whatu. I ki te ia o āhua hauraro ke tērā epa. Ko ki te whare, full house. Ko ki te whare.
3 balls, 2 strikes there on Nikora Byrne. Top of the 5th innings. And he's lined that one. That ball is in. Byrne has gone all the way down to the left field fence. It was inside. He's come around. He's standing up at 3. Slides into 3, but easily safe. And Nikora Byrne finally has given Reese Casey some options out there with 2 down here in the 5th innings. Safe at 3rd base.
Rawe te rā patu, I tuki, I pau. Ko tai e ki te papatu a toru. Rawe te rā tīmatanga a o ngā kaihahau mō St. Bernard's.
And it looks what a great hit there from Nikora Byrne. This could be the changing of it for St. Bernard's. 2 down, and it looks like the catcher, Nikora Byrne, has come off, and Baker Cross has come in to run. Tying runs sitting on 3rd base.
Of course, that's the 2-out catcher rule. Catcher comes in to get his catcher's gear on, and so the last out will be the runner. As Naomi mentioned, of course, the tying run out there at 3rd base, 60 feet away from home plate with number 10, Danny Casely.
Ai, ko puta te kaiwa wao ki te paua ko Reese Casely. E puta koe, tū ki te taha, ko rere ki te tīmata. A tāhua tērā epa tuatahi, a mo tēnei kaihahau hou, ko tau mai ki te papakainga.
Naomi, maybe a conversation out there with the coach and the athletes around not leaving those ones up to the blue.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh, what a great swing.
Has a flat, hard cut at that one as that rise ball just goes over the top of the bat for a strike. Nikora Byrne out there staring. Sorry, it is Taika Cross out there staring at the home plate after the hit from Nikora Byrne.
And it's Danny Casely, the batter in the box. 2 down, runner on 3.
I've got a strike.
Yeah, drop 3rd strike batter is out. And another strikeout for Tyrone Robinson. Defuses that situation for St. Pat Silverstream. And it is a top of 5 complete. And as we just get a question from the coach, we won't worry about that as we'll stay up and just talk quickly.
I've got a strike on the pitch, it's right in the middle.
We'll just listen to what's going on out there as Reese Casey just lets Eric Horsham know. Possibly he wasn't correct in that one, but...
I'm just waiting to see the replay. That would be good to see that. I was actually... A little bit of confusion there with the runners.
There was.
It's definitely in the fucking zone.
We'll just...
I don't know why he didn't catch it. Did it come off the inside of his glove or something?
Ko ware kua iri a tētahi oro hopu oro I runga I te kaua wao I tēnei wā hoia no.
Oh, it's always going to get tense in these pressure moments with your tying run on 3rd base. That's what makes this game so exciting.
Yeah, very tense and very pressure out there. You're absolutely right. And 1-0 in this ball game, and some of the emotions out there can tend to start boiling as we get closer to the end of this ball game. We are in the bottom of the 5th innings now as these athletes get ready to go again out there.
That part up, I want to see where that ball was because I had that in the middle of the zone.
I puta ngā whakaaro te pauako St. Bernard's ki te kaiwa wā matua nei. Me ana whakahe I te whakatau a te kaiwa wā.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of confusion as to whether that was a foul tip or it tipped off the catcher's mitt. I think that might have been the issue. So a little bit of confusion, and both runners as well too. Really, the better base runner should have hooted down to first base, and maybe even the runner on third had a crack at home plate.
That's right.
That's always easy in retrospect, isn't it?
It is.
After the event.
Until you know for sure, then basically you play it out and you run.
Yeah.
Tērā pia kei te whakauru mai e tahi tāpui ki te Kēmu nei. Kei te whakaarohia ko St. Pat Silverstream. E kōrero ana tarātou pauako ki te kaimawao. Kōwai, kei te uru atu.
Yeah, wasn't it great to see St. Bernard's come back? Yeah, so this game's not over yet.
I reira te tūmanako. I kite ana I roto I te kapa o St. Bernard's.
Yeah, interesting. I'm just trying to spot the change that St. Bernard's have made out there in their defence. I think they have made one. But interesting times out there in this ball game. 1-0 it is as we're about to get underway here in the bottom of the 5th innings. And it will be number 12 for St. Pat's Stream, who comes in for a hit. It's Ethan Hall out there, who's going to come in for number 5, Victor Lawrenson, for a pinch hit. So Reese Casely now looking to defend, and St. Pat's Stream looking to do whatever they can to move this ball along and get some insurance runs.
Ai pau tērā pōro e te kaitākaro te kaumarua o St. Pat Silverstream. Hoi anō.
Nice little backhand here from the pitcher. Howie Sullivan across to first base. Not an easy play to make, to be honest.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We understand that this grand final is actually a timed ball game. So that means for St. Bernard's, they need the 2 outs and need to get into bat, or the title will go to St. Pat's Stream. There we go. That's some information for you. Timed ball game, not a 7-inning ball game.
A little bit of a shame that it's not a full game, isn't it? This is a final.
That does
I'd love
happen
to
at
see
sports
them,
tournaments like this, though.
That's right,
Yeah.
especially when you've got time constraints. And of course, we've got a lot of travelling teams that need to get away and catch planes and drive home and things as well.
Yep.
But it is a shame not to have a full game.
3 grand finals there is, and 5 minutes in this ball game. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. She's all on the line for St. Bernard's. Is the other team that's 1-0 down. They need to get out of the innings.
Foul ball, foul ball, foul ball.
If they're going to be able to impact the scoreboard at all.
Oh, change, yeah.
So interesting times. It is Lawrenson who is 1 down. They need the 2 outs. So number 2, Curtis Gruchins at the bottom of the order in there to bat.
2 guys, 2 balls.
And it is up to Howie Sullivan and the rest of the St. Bernard's team to see what they can do over the course of the next few minutes. There's a nice pitch, and he just keeps making every post a winning post out there as a pitcher. Done such a wonderful job out there.
Ka mau ki te wehi tērā epa a Hāwea. Kia puta ko Curtis o te kapa o St. Pat Silverstream.
Start getting damp in here, yeah. Oh, you're going to swap?
There we go. Now the weather's just beginning to threaten us again, and the light rain has started once again. We did mention it was going to be showers throughout the day.
I'm unsure if I'm unsure, yeah.
There we go. We've got the clock you see there on the left-hand side of your screen. That is the official game clock counting down. And although there are only 7 minutes to go, if it gets inside 5 minutes, there won't be a new innings. There we go. The official word. We are getting on the fly, so to speak. And so we can bring it to you and let you know exactly what's going on around this ball game.
Ka mau ki te wehi e rua ngā epa Hey, strike, Mahawea.
So Naomi, obviously hour and a half ball game.
Yes,
we started at 8:30. We're coming up 10 o'clock now.
Yep. Oh.
There we go. Nice job. He gets the job done, and they will get an opportunity to swing the bat, which means we will go into another innings. Congratulations to the two teams involved for continuing the ball game and doing the work they needed to do. Let's find out what's going to happen when we come back in just a minute.
Who is Israel Adesanya? He's the middleweight champion of the world. I'm gonna go Pete.
Don't want to boast, but we do lead the way in a lot of areas.
When they hit the stage, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was a bit controversial back in the day.
I'm an addict, but I didn't think it would be this hard.
Kind of a bit funny when people say to me, oh, what are the boys up to? And I'm like, oh, hang on, I'll just get out my phone and have a look.
How do we do something that we think we've lost, but maybe we haven't?
There's always going to be times when I'm tempted.
Natural history all around, you just can't avoid stepping on it.
Just thought it was a man's job.
I would go back to my hotel room and I'd be broken.
It's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war.
This is the future.
It's hard to explain the feeling walking in the footsteps of your ancestors.
The Matariki season of Paki Pūmika Aotearoa ki MāORI Plus.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the top of the sixth innings here of this absolutely enthralling secondary schools national championship game between St. Bernard's and St. Pat's Silverstream. We are in the sixth innings, but the clock you can see there on the left-hand side indicates how long this ball game has got to go. And what that means for St. Bernard's is they are now only 3 outs to award the championship to St. Pat's Silverstream, or they need to get a wriggle on and score some runs, Naomi.
Well, I think they've got the right person in the batter's box to get that wriggle on. It was Jacoby Marino who hit double to the fence in his last turn at bat.
He nui ngā haipapa mā tēnei Jacoby, kia puta ona pūkenga, kia pāu I tēnei pōro. Ki ngā taumata teitei.
Number 8, Ty Maridi, it is coming up to bat for St. Bernard's, who's going to get asked to do the job for his team. As we see the coaches being kept busy keeping these balls nice and dry for their athletes. I know we're on an all-weather turf out there, Naomi, but there is a time when weather can impinge these games and just make things a little bit dangerous, and that's when the Blues will make a call. Hit out there to Robinson this time, and it is a straightforward play to first base for the first out.
Ai, tērā pāua Jacoby, I haere tōtika tuki I te kaiepa, Tyrone Robinson, kia puta.
Nice play out there this time, Jamison Thornton. Bottom of the innings, number 6. Comes into bat for St. Bernard's. 2 outs required for St. Pat's Stream.
Gee, I might have crossed up that Marino batting there for St. Bert's. It was actually St. Bernard's.
Well, that's one each. For reading out batters in the wrong team.
Anyway.
Thornton, it is up to bat for St. Bernard's. 1-0 it is to St. Pat's Stream. Here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 more outs for the ball game. And what a wonderful game that Stream, in particular Tyrone Robinson, have treated us to.
Ai puta tō pāta I Gaz, I ko tata tenei, e pāna ki te kaitākaro papai, Tērā pia kei runga rawa atu a Tyrone Robinson mo tēnei kēmu ai tēnei wā.
Equally doesn't detract from the performance, of course, that St Bernard's have put out there. What a absolute gallant performance they have. It's not over yet, but that's a rather large obstacle that's out on the mound there in front of them.
Pretty exciting stuff. Here we are in the bottom of the innings, and it's just a one-run ball game.
This time it's back out to Robinson again, and again he does the fielding, flips it across to first base. Reed Doherty it is who takes the catch out there for the second out.
Yeah, koera te kai o matuarua kua puta I te papa tuatahi. Nā tērā maka a Tyrone Robinson ki te papa tuatahi.
Well, number 7, Rome Scrimger it is who comes up to bat. The question, of course, is will he be the last batter? Reese Casey wants to have a chat to his charges.
Yeah, good to see the big fella giving his young hitters some words of encouragement. I'm sure he's telling them to breathe, keep calm, look for the right pitch, swing hard, all of those things. They only need one hit in this game to blow it all open.
Find the enjoyment factor. I always think if you can do that, it always goes a long way to helping your performance. And that's what sport's all about, right? Get out there and enjoy it. Hard competition, which we've just seen. 1-0 the scoreline. Oh, and there's his pop fly out to right field. It's finding the grass out there, and he's gone past 1. He's heading towards 2.
Oh, nice.
Slides into second, and what a way to get them going, and a glimmer of hope for St Bernard's with Rome Scrimger. Gets himself a double, a sliding double, but nevertheless, he's out there at 2. Arlo Cross, number 4, comes into bat. What's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen?
Ai, tīmata I tērā pāu ki te rohe wainga. I reira te rohe MΑORI e tiki ana I te pōro, hoi anō. Ma, I reti ia I te papatuarua kārawe.
Oh, what a great hit there from the young man, Rome Scrimger. Puts a tying run on at second base for St Bernard's.
There we go. Gosh, big questions.
We talked about the influence of a little bit of rain, on the ball, and, that may well have contributed to that. Tyrone's been so dominant here on the mound, but this is a pretty tense situation for him at the moment.
Definitely has the ability to level the playing field, shall we speak, so to speak. 2 down, and for the first time in an innings, it's not by strikeouts, so definitely possibly the weather, and he's constantly wiping his hand off, constantly changing the ball for a drier version. And this definitely tends to have the even the field, shall we speak. 1 ball, 1 strike it is there. Number 4, Arlo Cross, 1 out for the ball game, or are they going to score a run?
I'm actually quite nervous for both teams here.
Take a Naomi.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here we go for St Bernard's. Could it be this pitch right here? As we see Robinson rear back to go again. High in the zone, the steal's on. The steal is successful.
Oh, great play there by
60 feet, Naomi, 60 feet, 1-0 ball game. That's all it is.
And a wet ball.
I reira te pauako, Reese Casey, e arahi ana I ona kaioma.
Great call.
2-2 it is. Is it going to be a strikeout or is it going to be a walk-off? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That does it. That does it.
Ka mau ki te wehi tērā mutunga epa a Tyrone Robinson. A tāhua hoki.
29. That's one.
What a great final there between 2 teams from Te Awa Kairangi, Kitai, and Upper Hutt as well too, Kita. Yeah, fantastic ball game. Great pressure stuff all the way through. Full credit to both teams playing out here today.
Yeah, wonderful example of the game from both teams out there. It is St. Pat's Silverstream who take out the grand final for the boys competition by 1-0. Couldn't get much tighter than that, ladies and gentlemen, with St. Bernard's absolutely gallant in defeat, can keep their heads up and held high. They represented their school proudly. Both teams did. But St. Bernard's gave it their best effort and going down gallantly. We'll just quickly take a quick break while we take a breath. We'll be back with a roundup when we come back just in a minute.
Who is Israel Adesanya? He's the middleweight champion of the world. I'm gonna go Pete.
Don't want to boast, but we do lead the way in a lot of areas.
When they hit the stage, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was a bit controversial back in the day.
I'm an addict, but I didn't think it would be this hard.
Kind of a bit funny when people say to me, oh, what are the boys up to? And I'm like, oh, hang on, I'll just get out my phone and have a look.
How do we do something that we think we've lost, but maybe we haven't?
There's always going to be times when I'm tempted.
Natural history all around, you just can't avoid stepping on it.
Just thought it was a man's job.
I would go back to my hotel room and I'd be broken.
It's better to be a warrior in a garden than to be a gardener in a war.
This is the future.
It's hard to explain the feeling walking in the footsteps of your ancestors.
The Matariki season of Paki Pūmika Aotearoa ki MāORI Plus.
Food is your medicine. If you really want good health, know where your food's coming from.
We wanted our children to grow up in the wilderness. The world needs kids like that.
Māori have always understood the best way to live on this harsh land. We can hold on to our tikaka, our practices, our traditions, and bring them into this day and age.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. She's all over for this year in the Boys Secondary Schools National Championship. And it is congratulations to St. Pat's Silverstream on taking this one out 1-0 over very gallant St. Bernard's. We're going to have a interview with you out there very shortly. But until then, just some quick reaction. Paratini, how did you see that game?
Ai, I tino whakapau kaha ngā kaitākaro katoa. Mai te kapa o St. Bernard's, me te kapa o St. Pat's Silverstream. Koe anō a kia hau nei ko ngā kai epa. Te mutunga iho, tā rātou, tā rāua, hāwea, rāua ko Tyrone Robinson. Ko te tokorua rā, te mutunga iho, nā rāua, tēnei kēmu i tino kahai, i tino pakari ai ki tainoa ki te mutunga. So those two would be standouts for me, Hāwea and Tyrone.
Well done there, Naomi. Yourself, for you, a very tight game between two Hutt Valley traditional colleges.
Oh, it was a fantastic game by both teams, and both teams were in it right up to the last out. And that's excellent play by both teams. But only one can be a championship winner. And my MVP has to be Tyrone Robinson. 14 strikeouts. He got the safe hit. He scored the only run of the game. He's the top batter of the tournament. What an amazing young man. But congratulations to both teams here. I think they've done really, really well.
And congratulations to all the teams involved right across these 4 days of competition here in the Hutt Valley, where you can only end up with the one winner. But of course, the participation from all 9 schools to come to the tournament from all over the country and participate here and do as well as everyone has for set such a high standard Of course, there will be secondary school competitions going on all over the country in whatever sport you have. St Bernard's, of course, and St Pat's. But we do have another couple of grand finals for you coming up. The next one, I believe, is the mixed grand final. That could be an interesting ball game.
Yes, it is, and a mixed competition is not something that I've seen played at this level before, so that's interesting for itself. So that will be Cullinane from Whanganui, and NZPA, that's the academy team based at NZCIS in Upper Hutt. So mixed teams, interesting. A couple of very good players there in the Cullinane team, and Poppy Priddle, who is a superstar for the New Zealand White Sox team.
Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Out on the field, we have Coach Mike Robinson ready to go with the interview with Rebecca Minkley. There we go, we're just having some audio problems out there between Rebecca and Mike. We can't actually hear them. So we'll just continue with our download of this game. Now, you talked about Tyrone. Yeah, we offered you the opportunity to come up with the MVP. We knew who the MVP was throughout the ball game. 14 strikeouts, a safe hit to eventually be the winning run off the hit of Jacoby Marino. So Tyrone Robinson, what a talent that young man is.
Oh, he sure is, and a player for the future to be watched as well too. An amazing performance from that young man.
Back to the interview now, and we'll try and get some audio for you this time.
Kia ora, sorry about that, team. So here I am standing with Mike Robinson, the winners of the National Secondary Schools. How does it feel?
Oh, it's amazing. We are so stoked, proud of the boys. You know, we've got a really young squad. Our guys go from year 9 to year 13. I'm just so proud of them. They defended their title. Had some highs and lows all week, but I'm stoked. Can't say much more.
Oh, that's outstanding. And I mean, you're going up against some pretty intense coaches across the bound there. Like, the guys did a great job. You can't discount, obviously, St Bernard's.
No, St Bernard's, they beat us twice during the round robin. They beat us yesterday in the 1v2, and they thumped us yesterday. But credit to my young boys. They actually, showed resilience all week, but today they bit down. They did what we asked of them, and we take the 1-0 win. What a tight final. Great final.
Oh, it's going to be outstanding, and what a great way to finish the season. Yes. You're now going into, obviously, your internationals now, so that's going to be a big one. A few of your players here also are going to be there? Yeah, so we're fortunate. Our pitcher, Tyrone, he'll be chucking for the New Zealand 18s, and our young catcher, Harry, he'll be linking up with one of the development under-18 teams. So, proud as punch for those two boys, and Bernards have also got 3 or 4 in that group as well. So, what a great way to finish the season. Awesome, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Rebecca. Just wonderful to hear from the winning coach out there on this one. Now, we talked about Tyrone, guys, but we had 2 pitchers that were absolutely contrasting. I know it's easy to talk about the pitchers, but they were the 2 stars on the day. Harvey Sullivan, how good was he?
Yeah, totally agree. Ka tautoko au I tērā, Gaz. The whakatauki o ki waha that comes back in. Moia tō poi, moia tō taiaha. We saw both contrasting styles here in the game today.
Naomi, for you, I know you were impressed with young Hawea, but what a talent for the future he is.
Oh, that certainly is. It was on show today in front of us. I'm so pleased for Hutt Valley Softball Association for another successful tournament. Pleased that we had 2 Hutt Valley teams here in a final. I love the fact that Fraser Park looks primo for for all our visitors and everybody coming to our beautiful city. That's my little plug from the Hutt City Council. But what an excellent final today, and of course St Pat's Silverstream, a deserving finalist. I would say that both pitchers starred on the mound for me, but only one can be a winner. I was pretty impressed with Harvey Sullivan as well. Very composed, a different style, as you say, and he was certainly and didn't give up many hits. Neither of them did. It could really have been anybody's ball game on the day, but it wasn't to be. So congratulations, St Pat's Silverstream.
Absolutely, and congratulations once again to the St Pat's Stream, Mike Robinson and his young charges, Reese Casely and his young charges. A couple of extremely experienced coaching setups there, and to lead them into what could have been a match where young minds can get nervous, they can get You know, and nerves can take over and that can affect performance, but they did well to keep their feet on the ground throughout the ball game.
He tohu o te kaunga, o te whakaako, o tēnei tokorua. Ko piki atu e tahi ki taumata, hei whakakanohi i a Aotearoa, I raro iho I te kaumāwaru. The New Zealand secondary under 18s, there are some names that will be standing up and representing in that space, at that arena as well.
Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for this grand final. We're going to leave it to Paratini to take us out. But for myself, Gary Rohihi and Naomi Shaw, congratulations to both teams, and don't be long in coming back for the next grand final.
Ka pai e te iwi kia utonu mai, he nui tonu ngā kemu e haere ake nei, kia utonu mai, whakatau mai rā, tihei Māori ora kia utonu mai.
Nothing away about how they're feeling. Phenomenal hitting.
It's this one out the third base, it eats it up, fires it across the diamond. There we go, there's underlines the danger. As we see only the second safe hit of the ball game, and it's Tyrone Robinson.
Right, puts two runners in a scoring position now.
Swing about it, swing away from it will make it cool. Hit out there to Robinson this time, and it is a straightforward play to first base.
A one-run ball game.
This time it's back out to Robinson again, and again he does the fielding. Flips it across 60 feet, Naomi, 60 feet, 1-0 ball game. That's all it is.
And a wet ball.
I reira te pauako, Reece Casely, e arahi ana I ona kaioma.
Great call.
2-2 it is. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, that does it, that does it.
Ka mau ki te wehi tērā mutunga epa a Tyrone Robinson.
Well, Peter, yeah, fantastic ball game. Great pressure.
Break. While we take a breath, we'll be back with a roundup when we come back in just a minute.
Te hui ngā te tinu, me te mana, kaupapa ahuri. Whakapiripiri mai, whakatatatata mai rā. ASB Polyfest 2026, ki Māori Plus, me whakaata Māori.
Who is Israel Adesanya? He's the middleweight champion of the world. I'm gonna go Pete.
Don't want to boast, but we do lead the way in a lot of areas.
When they hit the stage, it's like, wow.
Yeah, that was a bit controversial back in the day.
I'm an addict, but I didn't think it would be this hard.
It's a bit funny when people say to me, oh, what are the boys up to? And I'm like, oh, hang on, I'll just get